The God of the universe, the one whose name is excellent, deserves no less than our whole heart response. I'd suggest that our praise is a reflection of our meditation upon him. And if it's poor, it's because our vision of him is poor. Our theology is low. The more we see him, the more we want to praise him, the easier it is for us to ascribe to him greatness. The same holds true for our telling. David will tell of all of God's marvelous works. He will recount them. He will rehearse them. He will relate them to others. Whether verbal or scribal communication, David will publicize the extraordinary works of God. What happens to you, by the way, when you speak of things that God has done? What happens to you when you're telling those stories? You can't help but exult in God. You can't help but praise him for the memory of how he has acted in the past. Plus, it gives you confidence to face your future. It's a powerful mode of comprehension and of worshiping the Lord. This is why I often tell people, write down how God worked out your situation, because you will have a hard time remembering it later. Write it down so that later on you can recount it and retell it. And it'll birth praise in your soul. David will speak of every activity that can only have been explained by God's presence to perform. David will allow his musings upon God's miracles to brighten his disposition. He will be glad and exult in God. This word here is indicative of jumping for joy. The other day I was watching a sports event on TV. I was actually watching a group of people watching a sporting event on TV. This is so meta. So I was watching on television a bar where guys were watching a sporting event on TV. But I wasn't watching the sporting event, I was watching the guys, because that's what it was showing. And here's these guys, all big, rough, and tough, and some of them buff. And something happened on the screen. Nobody knows, but you could see them like this, right? They're like holding each other. And then they all literally jumped for joy. Literally. And they hugged each other, and they were like high-fiving and touching each other. And it's like, what's wrong with these guys? But we all know what that's like, that elation. That's what this word is. I will jump for joy at the thought of God. How many of us have done that recently? Some of us, we're all so demure when it comes to these things that God has done. But David is not above these ostentatious displays of excitement.